Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians Cast, episode 641. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm a Connor Farley. What's up, Connor?
Shit.
What's up, Connor Smith?
Oh, go on then. Shit.
Oh, we got trouble for that one. What's up, David?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Mike D?
We'll shoot.
All right. All right, so I know that there's some confusion to do with... Oops, 1 second, I almost lost my thing. There's some confusion about what's going on this fall season with the Real Whovians cast, and then there's teaser trailers everywhere about the Whovians podcast. I'm here to set the record straight. The Real Whovians cast is going to stick around. It's not going anywhere. The Whovians podcast was created by Old Doc, and Old Doc is returning. I was the original host of the Whovians podcast, so I will be hosting on occasion. So we're just promoting the return of the Whovians podcast and some of the shows designated from that channel. I welcome Old Doc back. I'm glad that he's coming back with Doctor Who Series 9. It's going to be fantastic. So we have some websites that's going to be set up soon. For now, you can check out thewhovianspodcast.com, thewhovianspodcast.net, thewhovianspodcast.org, the whovianspodcast.info, and whovianspodcast.net. Okay, right now it links to my channel, but that will probably change in the future. Okay, so I welcome Old Doc back as well as some old favorites. It's going to be a great fall 2015 season to be a Whovian. We got the Real Whovians cast, we got the Whovians podcast returning, as well as other shows. I'm very happy and grateful. So I hope that clears the air. There's also going to be some specials and crossovers, okay, between the Whovians podcast and the Real Whovians cast, as well as the Who show. So I want to give a shout out to the Who show. Great show. Check it out.
Yeah.
All right. So other than that, I hope that clears the air. There will be a Real Whovians cast special as well. So now, what news do you have for us, Connor Farley?
Lily Arwell is returning in the Churchill Years Big Finish series.
Okay.
She's like, she was the girl in The Doctor, The Widow, and the Wardrobe. The young girl, not the adult.
Okay.
So I can't remember who she's played by, but
she's older now, though.
Sorry?
She's a little older now.
Yeah, she will be, because it's been 4 or 5 years, yeah. Yeah, so she's going to be returning alongside Winston Churchill in one of the Big Finish productions that are coming for that particular box set in early 2016.
I also heard that Kazran Sardik, the young version, is going to be returning.
Yeah, he is, yeah. They actually teased another 21st century Doctor character returning as well, which I think actually might be the Doctor's daughter, Jenny.
Wow. That's pretty awesome.
They seem to be going with who people want more. For example, we had River, and then we knew that River was going to be in Big Finish, you know, Torchwood. I think Jenny might be next. I don't know.
I would love to see more of Jenny. As far as what stories you can tell with her.
Maybe an origin story.
The Doctor's Daughter was a really good story. I mean, as far as, you know, I liked Martha's side of that. When, how you have those two different sides, two different stories to a, two different exaggerated stories of a single event that happened.
I think Martha was abused in that episode, actually. She wasn't treated or written well.
Oh, and the Doctor's daughter? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I think the focus, obviously the focus had to be shifted from Martha to Jenny. Not that that excuses what how badly they wrote Martha, but yeah, as far as a great series that Series 3 was, that's one of the low points for her character.
Yeah.
What do you think, Connor Smith, about the audios?
They're alright. I've only listened to a few of Paul McGann's, but from what I've heard, it's quite good. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be buying into it all because it just doesn't seem good. It seems a bit too, like I always say this about the Extendables. It seems too much a dream team, where you get all your favourite people together. So I'm not
You
sure
think
if
it's
it'll
like
work.
canon, you're saying?
Pardon?
You're saying it's not canon?
Well, not exactly, but I just don't think that it'd work mixing characters that are completely different people, like Winston Churchill and a girl.
Right.
Like two
Okay.
cheeses or something.
What's up, Jacob? How are you?
Yeah, pretty good.
I might take a look at the audio dramas because I actually, when I went up to Vermont, it was like a 3-hour drive, and I was able to get through, what was it? On the way up, I listened to Doctor Who Pest Control, which I know it's different than an audio drama. It's an audio book, and they were all read by David Tennant, and it's awesome. Pest Control was fantastic. Then I listened to Dead Air and The Last Voyage, which both are fantastic books. Dead Air. Seriously, guys, if you ever get the chance to listen to Dead Air, it is awesome. Like, he's on a pirate radio. The Doctor's on a pirate radio station, and he's hunting it was a weapon that the Time Lords used during the Time War. It's like it eats sound. It's like literally how you detect it is if there's no sound, nothing. Like how you can tell when there's silence, like there's dead silence, and there's that ringing. That's how you can tell where it is. It's fantastic.
Right. Mike D, what do you think about these audios where they're pairing all characters together, mixed from different Doctor Who episodes?
Honestly, I couldn't care less about the audios, to be honest with you. I don't waste my time with that shit.
Right, you're just interested in Series 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Mike, but I'd like to get into it and see if I like it. Because to be honest, I've only listened to one, which is Spare Parts, which was really good, but I need more convincing, I think.
I have to admit, I really haven't been too much into the audios. I did listen to The Light at the End and Trial of the Barryard, which was pretty cool. But I have to get back in. We're not back in. I wasn't really into audios, but I got to get into the audios at some point in time. And I do want to just take it from Paul McGann's run because I never really got to see him as a Doctor that much. So just hearing him, that'll be interesting.
I have
Yeah, they're good.
Especially for any of you who are very interested in the classic Who, the Dalek Conquest. Literally, it's pretty outdated at this point because the end of the most recent thing they cover is Eccleston's Doctor when Rose it goes up to the regeneration episode, the parting of the ways. That's how recent it goes, but they do cover pretty much all of the major encounters that the Doctor has had, like Genesis of the Daleks, Remembrance of the Daleks, pretty much, and they have audio things from every single one of those encounters, and it's fantastic, especially when I got into Doctor Who for the first time, and I wanted to get caught up on what the story of the Daleks were. This really helped me a lot, especially, and I got to learn a little bit more.
Now, Connor Smith, you wanted to talk about Maisie Williams' character, correct?
Yeah, well, I had a theory that, what was it, the woman who lived and the girl who died or something? I can't remember what they're called. In Star Trek 3, obviously, Spock sort of wakes up almost on a planet, he's born again. He's a kid and he's just growing up again. I had a fear that Clara's died and that the same sort of things happened and she's a kid and she's growing up again. But then I was like, the accent, she's from the north of England, yet Maisie Williams is from the south of England, so that's the only thing that trips me up there.
Hmm. Well, Moffat had stated that she's not a reoccurring character. She's not a old character. She's a brand new character.
Liar.
Yeah, but he talks shit, so...
Yeah.
He said that...
Yeah, I just passed
He lies.
I passed around an article to Joe and Connor earlier today, where basically they were saying Yahoo TV reported that Stephen Moffat says that Maisie Williams' character is not a returning character. That nixes the Doctor's daughter theory. And everyone, almost all of the comments are, rule number 1, the Doctor lies. Rule number 2, Moffat lies. So
Moffat lies like crazy, yes, we know that.
I still think she's either his Susan, or she could be possibly a regeneration of Jenny, which is entirely possible. I mean, we did see her get shot in the Doctor's daughter, and while she survived, we never saw her face. We never saw her face change, which, since she's part Time Lord, I would think she would have those regeneration abilities.
She probably regenerated, her body partly regenerated to heal itself to be well enough to regenerate, so...
I did hear somewhere a theory that Jenny from Victorian England is the Doctor's daughter, and she's keeping tabs on him, but he doesn't know, so it's a bit crazy, but I'm not sure if it was me or someone else who came up with that, but yeah.
I don't know about that. I mean, we'll find out.
Well, you mean like Jenny, like the one who's with Madame Vastra right now?
Yeah. The hints in the episode titles, the girl who died, the woman who lived. I mean, if she was a new character, it could just be that she dies in the girl who died, and then she is back in another time period in the woman who lived.
But she ages, I guess. She's a woman now rather than a kid.
They said she's a metamorphic. She can change in ways that, we don't expect and stuff. And
right.
I mean, they did say that she gives the Doctor hell. So
right.
Whatever that means. But she kind of looks a bit like Missy to me, in a way.
Yeah. What do you think, Jacob?
I just hope that she's not another River Song version or whatnot, but it's a wait and see process. I'm just so pumped and ready for Series 9 because it's exciting, a brand new series, and I'm really looking forward to this season of Doctor Who.
I don't think you have to worry about it being River. I don't think they're ever going to have someone else play River or a regenerated version of River unless it was they're not going to have anyone except Alex Kingston play her. Because the fans of River would throw an absolute fit if they did that.
Probably. Yeah. What do you think, Mike D?
About what?
Any of this we're talking about?
Well, you're going to have to get specific and ask me a specific question.
What do you think about Maisie Williams' character?
I wasn't sure who she was going to be. I was kind of under the impression that she was going to be a character that we've seen previously, but as you were discussing earlier, Moffat apparently has poo-pooed on that and said that it's somebody new, but who knows? I mean, you can sit here and theorize all day long about stuff, but I'll just wait and see what happens in Season 9. We've been talking about, the last 3 casts, about our ideas with theories of the show, what's going to happen this season and stuff, so it's kind of pretty much I'm kind of talked out on my end as far as what I think. I mean, I still stick by what we've discussed over the last several shows.
Right. All right.
I just know she's got a forehead that'll knock a motherfucker out. That needs
oh my God!
Does not.
What the heck? I like Maisie Williams, man. What are you talking about?
I didn't like her.
Jeez.
Well, look, I like Maisie Williams too, but Mikey's
Oh
got
my God.
that's a big forehead there.
I prefer Maisie to Michelle. I mean, that's... So that kind of puts a spanner in the works with that, because I'm known to prefer Michelle to Jenna. So.
Right. All right, guys. I think we're going to bring this to a close. Again, sorry for the confusion with all the teasers and everything, because people were asking, is the Real Whovians cast ending? It is not. The Real Whovians cast is my show. The Whovians podcast is returning in the fall, which is probably around right before Doctor Who Series 9 starts. Old Doc's returning, so wish you well.
If I'm not mistaken, that is the actual, when I say Real Whovians show, I don't mean your show. I'm saying, like, Old Doc, that's the real thing, not the knockoff group.
Yeah, that's
Whovians.
not the...
That's the Whovians podcast was created by Old Doc, and I was the original host, and then all these people came after, correct?
Yeah,
so
not the Crooks and Liars group. And
Old Doc Old Doc is taking his show back.
Okay.
So that's basically what's happening, and I'm just promoting it, and of course I'm going to be appearing on it. So that's
I thought you were hosting it.
Well, I'm appearing on it. I'm the host, right? So.
Well, I'm not like, being picky, but you said that like you weren't actually hosting it, you were just going to appear.
I apologize. I will be hosting the Whovians podcast, yes. But just keep in mind, though, it's not going to be like an everyday thing. It's going to be probably when the episodes air, there'll be a podcast on the Whovians podcast, just for the beginning, and then we'll
live reaction.
Right, the reaction to each episode. So we'll have a whole bunch of people on there. Right.
I'm just
like
glad
specials in a way.
I'm just glad to hear that Old Doc's going to be reclaiming his old cast from that consortium of failure that's over there right now.
Well, I mean, I look forward to his other shows returning as well, which he had really good stuff, and I did share some of the old stuff that he had. So,
I'm sure someone's dad will be turning in their graves at the moment.
Probably.
You know what? I'm very grateful for Old Doc, because without him, like, nobody would be having podcasts. So, you do have to show respect to the man to get me, and then everybody come together. So, everybody may have went their separate ways with different things, but you do have to respect what came before. And the Whovians podcast, created by Old Doc, is what came before. So that's it. Other people may claim that they're the Whovians podcast, but they are not. So
I can't
just
wait
because they appeared on it doesn't mean anything.
I can't wait to meet Old Doc, because I hear you guys praising him on high, and I can't wait to. I would love to meet this guy. He sounds amazing.
He's awesome, and he's got a lot of extensive knowledge on the comic book aspect
So
too.
he's gonna make me look like a noob. Great. So I'm gonna feel right at home.
Yeah. All right. So welcome back. And you know what though? When Doctor Who returns, it's great to have all these shows talking about Doctor Who. I remember a time when nobody was talking about Doctor Who. So I'm looking forward to the Real Whovians cast. I'm looking forward to the Whovians podcast. I'm looking forward to the Who show. I'm looking forward to the new Who review. That's basically it, and all the other shows.
Dark Crusader podcast.
All the other shows that are true to Doctor Who. And everybody should be a peaceful community. Everybody does their own shows.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Well, everybody should listen.
Peaceful community.
The way I see it, it's not really a competition. Okay, it's
no, there is none.
Well, some people think it is, but then again, I mean, if you're really going to rate, Steampunk Star Racing has over 500 subscribers, so a whole podcast show doesn't have that. But anyway, I just want to say that it's not a competition. It's people got to take this as fun, and they can't be blasting other people to rise themselves up. That's it. I mean, I've heard some crazy stuff about
No, we can't do that, right?
No, we really can't. We really should be talking about Doctor Who, and people shouldn't be blasting any oh my God, tongue twister, nationalities. And I heard somebody said fat Italian, and I think I think
Is that nationality now?
To some people, everyone's fat, so it's...
You know what? I think somebody was talking about me, and I find that offensive. But again, it's amazing how people are talking about me all the damn time for no reason, and it's like, well, whatever. Any publicity.
I think the thing is, I think the only thing people are going to be blasting is whose theory about Series 9 sounds the craziest. Because, when you're leading up to a new season, you have all the theories that range from plausible to just batshit crazy, and every single podcast, or whether it's the Who Show, the Whovians, whatever, every show's got them, and we're just listening to see which one sounds the most insane.
Yeah.
Who Show?
It's just great that we have a lot of shows out there.
The Who Show's terrible.
That's
The Who Show.
It's just great that we have a lot of shows out there, and they have every right to exist on their own, all of them. So let's just, this is not a show where we're going to be bashing other people's shows. I welcome.
Well, yeah, I enjoy the shows where, the people are down by the lake throwing rocks in the water and breaking into abandoned houses and stuff like that. Yeah. Those are great. I enjoy those shows too. Even though they're filmed by total idiots, I enjoy them.
All right. On that note, I do want to promote.
What about when they're drinking Perrier? You've got to love that as well.
I am going to say promote some websites that we have. That's right now. I'm gonna have to separate them eventually when I get my web designer. We have the Whovians.biz, the Whovians.co, the Whovians.info, the Whovians.net, the Whovians.nyc, the Whovians.org, the Whovians.us, the Whovianspodcast.com, the Whovianspodcast.info, the Whovianspodcast.net, the Whovianspodcast.org, WhoHarmony.com, Whovians.biz, Whovians.co, Whovians.info, Whovians.mobi, Whovians.us, Whovianspodcast.net, and basically that's it in a nutshell. I know, live and live is what I say.
Yeah, me too.
That's it. All right.
Exactly.
Please, let's have peace. All right. On that note, take care. Bye for now.